point.
Not as much,
Yeah.
you know, and that's great, right? We've got technology and medical care that is far advancing.
Well,
but we still
the
would love
grafting
to.
that they're doing nowadays is ridiculous.
It's amazing.
It's really so much less evasive now than it was 10 years ago.
There's a cooling gel right now that can go on right on burns, and it does a great healing factor. It's not what we had even just 20 years ago, and it is amazing. But we do lose people that may need our services just because they didn't go to a burn center. We want to have that outreach. You know, we're always looking for different ways, different marketing committees, so to speak, to get out there and figure out a way.
I'll give credit to Phil here when he took over. What have you been here? 10 years? 10 years? When he took over marketing, really, I remember driving to work, and I actually heard on the radio station an advertisement for burn camp. So he's getting out there and getting the word out, and essentially you don't want to have burn camp at all. You don't want to have any kids that are
Right.
Of course.
It would be great if you could shut down.
It's not, yeah, right? Isn't that a weird thing to
Yeah.
say? But it's a reality. So how do we get kids to come, you know?
Yeah, well, I can tell you, Phil's tenacity, he emailed me, and what was it, 5 minutes later, we already started working out a
Boom,
deal.
here we are.
Yeah, he's like, hey, if you get some time, and I do, because this is important.
Yeah.
You know, we all know that it's a game changer when it comes over the radio or it comes over your screen, that it's a pediatric whatever. You know, if it's a kid trapped or a pediatric, you know, arrest or something, that's a different run than your everyday run. And it doesn't matter what it is. Any time it involves a child is a game changer for us.
You know, and honestly, even these fires that we'll have, that's maybe I'm just getting old and kind of a wuss in my old age, but like even these just bread and butter standard fires that we have are just so they just hit these kids so critically at their young age, just having a fire in their house, let alone them actually being injured from the fire. I couldn't imagine how these kids are dealing with some of the issues.
I think you bring it up perfectly. You're seeing it as a father now.
All right.
It is what it really is. And that is one thing, too, where we strive. We do have a survivor support program, not just for our burn survivors, but we can hook you up with other parents that have gone through what you went through. We can talk about different care, different modalities, different therapies. And that's actually where we really strive, almost kind of like the Mavis mentality, right? Something happens here, we're going to send you help. And we've started to do that more in a regional aspect. And I think there's a lot of parents out there that they hate what they went through alone. And I think when they reach out to our organization, we've got people that went through what you went through. They're going to tell you what's great and what's bad and who to contact. And again, we talk about the camp, we talk about all our programs, but in reality, it's networking. I mean, you guys know,
Right.
it's all
yeah.
about networking. And it's like you talked about being a dad, you're now seeing it in a different way that you never knew was going to affect you.
Right.
You know,
We were
one
just
day
talking
you're going
about
to be
it.
there. We just talked
We were
about
just
that.
talking about that.